Hello, and welcome to the 2-week self healing challenge. Thank you so much for joining me. I am very excited to do this challenge with you, and I want to just give you a little bit of a breakdown of how this challenge is going to work and to remind you of why we are doing this challenge in the first place. So, my name is Kate. If this is your first time on this channel, welcome to Mindful Living with Kate. If you've done one of my previous challenges, you know that I like to use notes because I don't want to forget what I have to say to you. So, the intention, let's start there, of this practice is to help bring healing to the mind and the body. And the way that we are going to do that is through 5 very simple, short practices. Now, the way that I'm going to set this up is all 5 practices, 5 different videos will come out all at the same time, and you can choose what practice you'd like to do. You do not have to go 1 through 5, and I'll kind of talk about that in just a moment. So, the first practice, just so you know, is at the end of this video. And each one of them is under 5 minutes. There'll be about a 1-minute introduction as to, what the practice is and why we're doing it. And then the actual practice will be about 5 minutes. So I will be doing mine in the morning. That's just, I've learned over the years, if I wait till later, I tend to not do my self-care. So you will probably hear me say good morning, but please feel free to use these practices whenever is convenient for you. There's not a right or a wrong way to do it. I just know for myself, morning is the best time for me. So, like I said, you can pick any practice that you want. I do encourage you to do all 5, even though you may find that you enjoy one practice more than another. I would love for you to at least experience each one of the practices and just kind of pay attention to how you feel and even what they maybe brought up for you. If you felt really grounded after the practice, or another one just helped you feel more calm. So, those are things to pay attention to. Speaking of paying attention to, if you signed up for the emails, and you can still do that, I will put a link on how to do that in the notes of this video. You are going to get a printable PDF of a self-healing tracker. Now, I know you cannot really see what is on this small piece of paper, but I think this is a very important part of the practice, and that is you will be tracking how you feel. Okay, it's really easy to just check things off a list and to go through the motions. And the whole point and purpose of this challenge is to really pay attention to how you are feeling, what you are noticing, and paying attention to what's happening in your mind and your body as you go along. So, to start, you will, from 1 to 10, kind of give a little signal to yourself where you are as far as your starting stress level. So that's the first thing you'll do. And honestly, if you don't really want to sign up for the emails, I encourage you to just track, maybe in your journal or however you want, your progress as you go along. So there's 2 ways that you can use this self-healing tracker. One is pretty simple. All the 5 practices are listed. You have week 1 and week 2. And the simple way to do this is you will just put a little check mark when you did whatever practice. So as you look at week 1, you can go, oh, I did practice number 1 about 2 times. I did practice number 3 3 times, and so on and so forth. Now, the more you do these practices, the better results you will get. Like if you do each one time, you probably may not feel much of a difference. So this is very self-led. I will be here doing it with you, encouraging you, but you have to do the work to see the results. And another way that honestly I'm going to use the self-healing tracker is, instead of just putting a check mark on, there's a little dot Instead of putting a check mark, just like, yes, I did it. For me, I've just learned I really like to feel the before and after effect. So when I'm going to do a particular practice, I'm just going to check in and take that little on a scale of 1 to 10. How am I feeling before I started this practice? What's my stress level? What's my anxiety level? How distracted do I feel? And I'm going to note that, and I'm going to put a little number, right, where I am on that scale. I'm going to do the practice, and then I'm going to do that check in again. And then I'll put that ending number. So for me, it really helps me see the results and really feel motivated to keep doing these practices. So that's the self healing tracker. And then at the end of the 2 weeks, you'll come back to your ending stress level and just kind of see how the 2 weeks went for you and what effects you noticed. So I want to offer you to reach out to me. So you can find me at mindfullivingwithkate@gmail.com. I would love to hear from you. Again, you can sign up for the emails at any point during the challenge. And please keep in touch. Let's encourage one another, invite a friend. The more people who are healing and connecting to their hearts and themselves, the better. You also can still sign up for the deeper dive option, which is a little more interaction with me, some meditations, and then also a yin yoga practice to help really move tension and stress out of the body. Okay. Thank you, is what I want to end with. Thank you so much for taking this time to love yourself, to believe in the power of inner healing. And I want to just encourage you to not allow this to be something to kind of beat yourself up about. I know that when, we start a new habit or we want to go on a diet or whatever, life happens. You are not going to be perfect at this. I want this to not be an opportunity to get down on yourself like, oh, I didn't do my healing practice, but to, when you choose to do it, to let it be more of a motivation of, I'm doing this because I love myself. I'm doing this healing practice because I am worthy of feeling whole and healthy. I am choosing to do this practice because I believe in my own capabilities and I want to tap into that inner resource. So let these practices and the motivation as to why you're doing them be one of self-love and self-care. Without further ado, I hope you enjoy practice 1. So let me tell you a little bit about this first practice and why we will be doing it. We are going to be stimulating our vagus nerve. The vagus nerve is so interconnected with most of our organs. It is very intertwined with our body's natural calm response, the parasympathetic nervous system. And so we're going to do a very simple exercise that will help stimulate the vagus nerve and will be a support to your overall health in your mind and your body. So go ahead and find a comfortable seat. And let me talk you through exactly what we're going to be doing. We're going to be combining our breath and humming. It is stimulating the vocal cords and also the vagus nerve, which is going to send that message to the brain to calm the nervous system. We will be taking a normal inhale in. We're going to hold our breath for 3 seconds. And then as we exhale, we're going to hum. So it's kind of like you are making the sound M. Until you have no more breath left. So that's it. You are welcome to do it a little longer, but today we're going to do 5 rounds. Let me tell you the pattern again. Inhale, Hold for 3 seconds, and then as you exhale, hum until you have no more breath left. I want to invite you to close your eyes, to relax your shoulders, and then together we are going to start this practice of increasing our vagal tone and supporting our overall mental and physical health. When you're ready, breathing in, holding for 3 seconds, and humming on the exhale. Last one for me. Now you may still be finishing your last round, or maybe you have already finished. I want to invite you just to take a moment, notice how you feel. Trust that this simple practice will benefit you coming back to balance, will support your mind and your body, and bring you back to a place of health and well-being. If you had your eyes closed, you're welcome to open your eyes to a soft gaze. I hope you will join me tomorrow for another short morning practice to bring you to a place of peace and well-being.